Well, folks, it sure looks like we're getting that relief rally now, aren't we? And the market, man, holy smokes, is totally buying the fact that this war might be over sooner rather than later. In fact, we got news from President Donald Trump. It looks like here he ended up saying, White House official to Al Jazeera, President Trump is confident that an agreement will be reached soon. And we got news earlier this morning regarding the fact that the U.S. might be pulling out military operations or ending military operations, rather, even if the strait isn't fully open and operating. And that just sent the market through the roof. And that's a big reason why we've been running all day. And again, the fact that it's just the sentiment right now is like, oh, we might be nearing the end sooner rather than later. We might be getting this deal, and the market is totally running with that information. Again, SPY is up 3%. I don't think I even mentioned how much we're up right now, guys. 3% up on the S&P 500. The Dow's up 2.5% today, 1,100 points. The Russell's up 3.5%, and the Qs are up more than that. The Qs are up 3.6%. We're pushing 580 points right now, so we are completely ripping in the short term, right? And you guys can see on the 5-day, 5-minute, if I clear the drawing set, and by the way, if you guys find value, hit that like button, consider subscribing for more content. Check out the Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my private Discord, link down below. Check that out if you guys want to, no pressure. Look, on the 5-day, 5-minute, we're now taking out the highs from yesterday, Monday, and from Friday. Very good sign. We're not taking out the highs from the entire week last week yet, but we're slowly making up ground here. And the Qs are now testing 578, 580, which is that high from, I think, Thursday morning, or what is that, Friday morning? Yeah, pre-market. So that needs to break, and that's going to be a big test in the short term, right around 580. And on SPY, if we pull this up, you guys can see we're also taking out the highs from yesterday, from Friday pretty much, and now we're going to where we were last Thursday. So that's a good sign on these charts. But the more you pull the layers back, on the larger time frames, the more you realize, okay, we're not fully breaking out yet. This is a great relief rally, phenomenal pop in the market. Quite frankly, we've been in store or due for a rally like this, but we're not fully breaking out. We're still actually in a downtrend, and technically speaking, this very well could be where the downtrend actually continues, right? If we put in another lower high here on SPY, on the Qs, this could easily be where the downtrend continues. And look, it's not like we're seeing a huge run in the market right now accompanied by a big drop in the price of oil. If that were the case, I would be way more excited right now. Let's say Brent was down 10% today or something, 15%. I would be more excited. But the fact that Brent is only down, 3%, $3 a barrel. It's still at 104. WTI, I know it's not as important, but WTI is down 1%, down $1 a barrel, still at 102 a barrel. So the price of oil, it's still elevated, guys, with this rally that we're seeing, which makes me believe, or makes me think, we might not be fully done with this yet. Sure, it could be nearing an end, maybe a couple of weeks. I'm not one of those guys that thinks, oh, we're going to go down another 20%. There's some people that are just doomsdayers that think, oh, we're going down another 20, 30, 40%. I'm not one of those guys. But do I think it's fully over yet? Probably not. We're probably due for some more volatility. But man, we were due for this move in the stock market. And again, keep your eyes on Brent. If we were seeing this move with a 10% drop in Brent, I would think it's way more legit. But we're just not getting that. So keep that in mind. Keep your eyes on Brent. If this starts to creep back up, maybe we don't get great news tomorrow. Every day it's a new day. The news cycle changes. It's all around the war, obviously, but something might come out of left field tomorrow. So for me, I'm not buying into this rally. I bet you a bunch of these big boys, the institutional investors that we talked about in the last video, we kind of went on a rant in the last video going over, they have to answer to clients every 90 days. So they're probably exiting here out of some of their holdings. I guarantee it. Maybe not completely, but they're probably trimming some of the Qs right now or some of the tech stocks they own to raise liquidity, cash. Because if we go down again, hey, you were able to offload some shares on a beautiful green day like today. And I mean, look, retail investors could do that too. I mean, you could do whatever you want. But for me, I'm not looking at time in and out, try and rebalance. Sure, I do that. I mean, I'm an active investor too, but the fact that we don't have clients to answer to and we can just kind of ride the volatility, rebalance here and there where we want to, but we can hold these stocks and add on the dip. We don't have to answer to clients. We have an advantage here as retail investors. And yeah, I mean, we could just ride the storm. Whereas some of these other money managers, they have to always hop on the new trend, what's hot in the market now, and they don't really focus on what's super discounted in the market right now. But we're not going to get too deep into that in this video, guys. Go check out the previous video. So with that being said, SPY on the 4-hour chart, yeah, it looks like we're still on a downtrend, guys. The reality is we have to be careful here, but it is a great day. And honestly, it's not a bad day if you think we're going to go down more. Not a bad day to sell some covered calls. If you think, oh, we're going to go down a bunch more, not a bad day to be like, oh, let me sell some $200 calls on NVIDIA or, $190, collect some premium and call it a day, I might do that. Maybe on my Amazon, I might consider that. Maybe tomorrow, if we have another pop tomorrow, totally possible. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments, and let's just run through some of these names. I mean, everything, you name it, from AI to tech, everything tech related, man, is just going bananas today. NVIDIA's up 5.3%. We're up $8, $9 per share on NVIDIA today. If you bought it literally yesterday, you would be up a ton. I mean, if you bought that 163 low, you're up 7%. Amazon, let's see here, guys, 3.5% up. $7 green day for Amazon, which this one does have a significant, in the short term, headwind due to oil, but that's going to come down eventually, in my opinion. I mean, everybody can agree oil will come down eventually, and when that happens, boom, Amazon's going to rip, in my opinion, as the overall market recovers as well. So Amazon is looking phenomenal today. Mercado Libre, one of my holdings, 7% green day, unreal. I was buying this one, still buying it. I mean, looking great on the charts, or not necessarily on the charts, but great on the day. We're almost about to break out on the charts here. We'll see. Meta is up 7% today, guys. What a day for Meta, unreal. Keep in mind, all these stocks are not necessarily breaking out. They're just seeing rallies within the downtrend, which could end up leading to a breakout, but we're not fully there yet. Keep that in mind on Meta, on Mercado Libre, on a lot of these names. Coherent is the one that is actually still breaking out or uptrending, but it's up 8.5% today, which I'm kind of pissed about because I'm like, I wanted Coherent at 180, 200. I was hoping we got one more leg down, but we didn't, and I'm just going to wait now. I'm not going to buy here at 240. Micron, I was buying like a madman yesterday, and it's up 5%. We're almost at 340. I added yesterday at 327, not at the bottom, but at a pretty good price, in my opinion, and obviously we can't always nail the bottom. That's impossible, which is why when you're building out a position, whether it's a long-term investment, a swing trade, whatever it is, be like, okay, I'm gonna buy this in chunks, and let's say 4 different chunks. Let's say for Micron, for example, each $25, $30 per share it went down, I was buying. So I bought some at, where did I start buying? I think roughly at 400. Might have bought a little too early there. I got excited. I nibbled. Nothing too crazy. But then I added more at 360 and more at 327. So now I got my average cost really down there, right? I think it's like 350 now. So that's a great spot for me in the short term. Willing to add more if it comes down even more, right? So when you're buying stocks, I mean, you could go all in on that first buy, but then if it works, it goes against you, you're like, ah, crap, I have no more dry powder to add more shares. So what I do is I scale in, whether it's 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, or maybe in 10% increments. That's what I've done over the years, and that's how I like to build out positions. It works for me. And there goes the closing bell. So we officially went up 3.4% on the Qs, SPY went up 2.9%, Dow 2.49%, and we had the Russell up 3.4%. Silver went up 7%, man. Where the heck's gold? Did I kick gold out of the watch list by accident? Uh-oh, sorry, gold. Let me get you back in here. Gold up 3.4%, 4,700 an ounce. Yeah, what a day, man. VIX down 16%, 17%. But again, all these stocks are not breaking out. None of them are. These are just relief rallies. Well, I guess Coherent looks decent. Micron too. But it's not breaking out. You know, these are just relief rallies in the within the downtrend. So tread carefully here. We'll wrap it up there. Tread carefully here. The market could easily see another pop tomorrow, but once we get closer to these moving averages on the Qs, right, at about, let's say, 575, well, we're there now, but let's say it goes to 580, 585, that's where I'd be watching for some, strong selling to come, unless we get, again, more light at the end of the tunnel, and we ultimately break out. So it's a wait-and-see approach. I sound like Jerome Powell now, don't I, guys? We're going to wait and see, but genuinely, man, that's where we're at. And again, I didn't buy anything today. I did some buys or had some buys, made some buys yesterday and on Friday. Those are two great days to add. And now I'm just holding on. And again, don't be surprised if we get another pop and then we get some of those big boys exiting or maybe trimming some of their positions even more to raise capital, increase liquidity, but don't let that spook you, because again, you have to realize we're playing two different games, right? Retail investors are playing one game. I mean, we're all in the stock market, right? But you have the institutional side playing one game, retail is playing another game. Don't get them confused, guys. And yeah, I mean, you could just buy SPY, VU, and just forget it. But if you're picking individual stocks, yeah, it's a bit different from a retail perspective and on the institutional side. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious where your head's at. Make sure to hit the like button, consider subscribing. And oh, by the way, if you want to get some free money from Moomoo, you guys remember Moomoo. You know, we used to work with them about a year or 2 years ago. We're back working with Moomoo now, and using my link down below, pinned in the comments as well, description box, you guys can actually get up to $1,000 in NVIDIA shares and up to 8.1% APY on your cash for up to 2 months. So if you guys want some free money, it's legitimately free money. Moomoo is a legit platform brokerage. You guys have heard of them. They've been around for years. Check out that link, again, down below, pinned in the comments. Check it out. You know where it's at. And join the Patreon while you're at it, guys, for my portfolio updates, private Discord, all that. Check out the links. And with that being said, guys, I appreciate you all for tuning in. As always, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.